Booleans. In this video, we will introduce a new variable type. Recall how, in one of our first Python lessons, we introduced a concept called sequential programming, which is simply where the Python interpreter executes each statement once in the order that they are written. Each of these statements are examples of sequential statements because they're each executed one time in the order that they are written. In this unit, we'll introduce a new kind of statement, a conditional statement, which is a statement that is executed if and only if a certain condition is true. Otherwise, that statement will be skipped. To create a conditional statement, we will need a new kind of variable type called Boolean. A Boolean is a value that is either true or false. Another way to think of it would be like an answer to a yes or no question. You can also think of it like an on-off switch. Here's an example of how we'd create a Boolean in Python. In line 1, I create a variable named bought food and set it equal to true. You can think of the bought food variable as the variable that stores whether or not I actually bought food. Then in line 2, I create a variable called bought drink and set it equal to false. Think of this variable as the variable storing whether or not I bought a drink. Also notice that I did not put quotation marks around true or false because my intention is not to create a string. My intention is to make a Boolean. More on that in a moment, but for now, let's attempt to print these out. Booleans can be concatenated with strings using the str method, as you see here in lines 3 and 4. Without the str method, Python would flag an error message because it will not allow me to concatenate a string with a Boolean. Thus, after executing this code, this would be my output. It would print out bought food followed by true, since that's the value that was stored in the bought food variable. Then it would print out bought a drink followed by false, since that false is the value that was stored in the bought drink variable. Now, suppose I print out the type of the bought food variable. Once again, true is not a string. It's a Boolean, or bool for short. Okay? Remember, types matter in Python. In future lessons, when we start actually creating conditional statements, we're going to need Booleans to do that, not strings. Thus, it's important to remember that when we're working with Booleans, do not put quotation marks around the words true or false.